Listen up, Panthers faithful. We have been starving for a real weapon at the tight end position for far too long, haven't we? It is time to face the truth. Our passing attack is desperate for a spark, and the answer might finally be sitting right here on our roster. There is a massive shift brewing in the tight end room that could completely transform our offense this season. Will this rookie finally be the game changer we have been waiting years for? You do not want to miss this update. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. The Carolina Panthers are currently navigating a challenging reality at the tight end position, arguably one of the most critical gaps in their offensive personnel heading into this season. The team does not currently boast a star tight end, nor do they have a player in that room who would be considered a locked-in starter for the vast majority of other squads across the league. Despite this dire situation, Ja'Tavion Sanders remains a pivotal figure for the franchise. In a recent ranking of the team's most important assets for 2026, Ja'Tavion Sanders was placed at number 21. It is important to note that Tommy Tremble currently shares this ranking because he is projected as the starter as of now. However, expectations shift toward the belief that the depth chart will look different by the time Week 1 arrives. While Tommy Tremble is a known commodity at this point in his career, Ja'Tavion Sanders still possesses significant untapped upside. The organization is betting on the high level of athleticism that Ja'Tavion Sanders brings to the field. If that potential can be fully realized, the Panthers' offense could integrate a brand new dynamic wrinkle that has been missing for several seasons. As the team works through current activities, the lack of an established star remains the most glaring hole in the roster. It is increasingly unlikely that external reinforcements will arrive to fill this void before the season begins. With no veteran savior walking through the doors of the facility, the responsibility falls squarely on the shoulders of the current group. For the team to evolve, they must rely on the development of Ja'Tavion Sanders to elevate the standard of the position and provide a more reliable target for the passing attack. The path forward for the Panthers depends on which player from the tight end room can emerge as a breakout performer. The group consists of Tommy Tremble, Ja'Tavion Sanders, and Mitchell Evans. Tommy Tremble is the veteran of the bunch, yet his production over 5 seasons has seen him barely eclipse 1,000 career receiving yards. Mitchell Evans is primarily utilized as a blocking tight end, and although he showed some competence as a receiver in limited action last year, his ceiling appears restricted. This reality leaves Ja'Tavion Sanders as the lone individual with true breakout potential from the collective. This was the exact expectation the front office had when they selected this athletic prospect in the 2024 draft. Ja'Tavion Sanders possesses the physical profile to function as a Kyle Pitts-esque target within the Carolina offensive scheme, though he has not yet reached that level of athletic or prolific production. The primary hurdles for Ja'Tavion Sanders have been consistency and addressing pressing issues like dropped passes. However, he is the most capable candidate on the roster to step into a larger role. Dave Canales' offenses have historically not utilized tight ends with high frequency, but this is largely attributed to the fact that he has never had a truly effective player at the position. It has been 7 years since Greg Olsen became the last Panthers tight end to surpass 500 receiving yards in a season. If Ja'Tavion Sanders can translate his natural talent into functional on-field production, it would challenge the current trend of the team's offensive philosophy. His development is not just a personal milestone. It is a fundamental requirement for the team to finally keep pounding as they seek a more balanced and effective passing attack. Why does this situation with Ja'Tavion Sanders matter so much right now for the Carolina Panthers? The answer lies in the structural needs of the offense during the 2026 season. While the Panthers are a team that clearly prioritizes the running game, modern NFL success requires a viable, multi-dimensional passing attack to keep defenses honest. Currently, the team lacks a threat at tight end that forces defensive coordinators to adjust their coverage schemes. By getting Ja'Tavion Sanders to perform as a functional, reliable NFL starter, the team would gain a significant advantage in creating favorable matchups across the field. If Ja'Tavion Sanders demands attention from opposing secondaries, it naturally opens up more space for his teammates on the perimeter and in the slot. The current lack of a star or even a consistent secondary option puts an immense burden on the wide receivers to produce in every snap. Elevating the tight end position through the growth of Ja'Tavion Sanders would alleviate that pressure and allow the offense to become much more unpredictable. Every successful catch and every well-run route by Ja'Tavion Sanders serves to validate the team's decision to draft him for his unique athletic upside. The team is not just looking for a blocker, They are looking for a weapon that can transform their third down efficiency and red zone capabilities. Without this progression, the offense remains predictable and easier to defend. If Ja'Tavion Sanders can bridge the gap between being a raw prospect and a legitimate NFL contributor, it would represent the most significant internal improvement the team could hope for this year. The importance of this shift cannot be overstated, as the team works to build a more competent offensive identity throughout the upcoming campaign. The focus on Ja'Tavion Sanders is inherently linked to the team's broader strategy of maximizing the talent already present on the roster. Since help from the outside is not coming, the internal development of Ja'Tavion Sanders acts as the primary lever for growth. The expectations for his contribution go beyond just his personal stats. It is about his role in changing the defensive approach of every opponent the Panthers face this season. If Ja'Tavion Sanders is consistently productive, he forces the opposition to allocate resources to defend the middle of the field. This specific tactical shift is something the Panthers have not been able to dictate for many years. Tommy Tremble provides a veteran presence, but the upside required to change the complexion of a game belongs to Ja'Tavion Sanders. The organization needs him to clean up the technical errors that haunted his previous appearances, specifically his focus on securing the ball to prevent drops. Realizing this potential is the only way to avoid the stagnant production at the tight end spot that has defined the last 7 years of franchise history. While the offensive scheme under Dave Canales has traditionally focused elsewhere, the lack of quality talent at the position has been a massive constraint. If Ja'Tavion Sanders proves he is worth using, the coaching staff will likely adapt their play calling to incorporate the tight end more frequently. His success is tied directly to the team's ability to maintain a passing game that can complement their ground attack. By developing into a reliable target, Ja'Tavion Sanders would turn one of the team's biggest question marks into a valuable tool. The progress of this young player is a critical storyline that will ultimately dictate the success of the passing offense. Looking at the road ahead, the development of Ja'Tavion Sanders stands as a central pillar of the team's offensive goals for the 2026 season. The coaching staff is tasked with refining his skills to ensure that his high-level athleticism translates into tangible results. As the competition for the starting role intensifies, the contrast between the established floor of Tommy Tremble and the potential ceiling of Ja'Tavion Sanders becomes the main focus for the tight end room. The team is not searching for a miracle, but they are looking for a functional player who can consistently execute his assignments. If Ja'Tavion Sanders can prove during the coming weeks that he has matured as a receiver, it will clear the path for him to take over the starting duties. This transition is expected to be a pivotal factor in how the offense operates by the time the season kicks off. The front office remains invested in the potential he showed upon being drafted, and his growth is the most realistic path to improving the position without looking to the waiver wire. The Panthers are counting on him to rise to the occasion and prove that he can be the dynamic weapon the team has needed for so long. While others in the room offer blocking stability, only Ja'Tavion Sanders offers the potential to add a new dimension to the passing game. By working through his technical flaws and increasing his consistency, he has a clear opportunity to establish himself as a key player for the future of the organization. His journey to becoming a legitimate NFL threat is essential for the team to achieve a more well-rounded offensive output, and all eyes will be on him to see if he can fulfill those expectations in the year ahead.